Let's pivot over to our most popular segment, which is the burn it or build it rapid fire segment. I'll rattle off like 10 topics. You answer burn it or build it and a brief reason why. So we'll start with number one. Successful people don't need to network.
Burn it. Am I saying it right? Wait, am I saying no? No. So yeah, successful people still need to network, right? Because you never know where your next best connection is going to come from, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can be successful now, but you don't know 2 months from now, you're going to meet someone that could really change your business. And we all know one person can make a big difference in our business. So you should always be networking.
Absolutely. Next question. Networking takes too much time.
This is a sore one for me. I hate when people say they don't have time because I wrote a book. I wrote my second album. I just finished a movie. I'm writing a TV pilot now, and I'm basically running 2 companies and doing all the set. Like, there's plenty of time. So yes, it does take time, but you got to put the time in. Like, if you want to build your business, it's your business. You joined a networking group, now get those people to do it. Put the time in.
So you're writing a TV script?
Yeah, TV pilot.
How do we leave that out of the bio? We should have led with that.
I just started it, so I decided because I did a movie and did everything, and listen, people are like, how do you find the time to do this stuff? Like, I get up at 4 every day, and like stuff like this, I just find some time, and
you make the time.
Literally, it takes 15 minutes to write a scene. So I just outline a scene, and then when I have time on a Saturday, I'll write 2 scenes. When my wife's going out tonight for dinner, I'm like, I'm going to go and write a couple scenes and have dinner by myself and write 2 or 3 scenes. So like, it's just fun. I don't golf. I don't do a lot of, this is my hobbies. I like to write. So this is my time to do that and just try different things. So
I love that. I'm glad you added that. And we'll have to have another follow-up podcast to unpack all of the good things that you're doing on the side. Number 3, following up is pushy.
That's always a tricky one, right? You want to follow up and people are scared to push too much or whatever. Like, there's a difference between persistence and annoyance, right? Just, follow. Hey, listen, Mark, I'm gonna get back to you probably in a couple of weeks, if that's okay. But if you want to reach out to me in the meantime, you know what we do, right? If you're more anxious to get going, obviously I'd love to talk to you, but I'll give it a couple of weeks. But put those, get those things out there. Like, is that cool with you? Yeah, all right, Joe. So but I'll follow up in a couple of weeks. Sometimes they don't respond. Give it another couple of weeks, but you have to follow up, right? And always follow up and make sure, like, if somebody introduced you, make sure you use their name. Hey, Mark Crosby gave me your was introduced to us, right? So they remember, because 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, someone made an introduction for you. They're going to forget who you are and why you're doing it. They get a million emails a day. Always use the person when you follow up, so they know Mark introduced me. I better get back to him, or Mark's going to yell at me for that, right? So yeah, listen, you have to follow up, but don't be annoying.
Gotcha. We'll burn that one.
Yeah.
You have to be extroverted to be good at networking.
No, you don't have to be. We talked about it before, like introverts, as long as they're out there talking and listening to people and meeting people, they might not be the most outgoing person in the room, but they're listening and understanding what people need. So you got to pull out those pain points of people. Like, what is it? Oh, I heard Mark. I was listening. He was talking about his business and problems he's having. I have 3 referrals now for him because he said he's not getting sales. His marketing sucks. And I got 3 referrals for him. So, as long as you're listening, anyone could be a good networker.
Gotcha. Networking is a long game. Burn it or build it.
Yeah, build it. Like, it is a long game, right? Like, you have to start doing it. Like, I've had people 10 years later that I reach out to, and they're like, Joe, I didn't forget. You were the first person that gave me a shot at this thing. You gave me my first deal. Or I have a call later today with someone that I gave her first job out of college, right? And now she's working for a bigger company, and she probably, she got the job because she had that experience with me. So, that's what networking is, giving back to people. And then when you call, like, I just reached out to her the other day. I haven't spoken to her 2-3 years. She's like, yeah, I'll meet you. And it could be an interesting opportunity for some people in our group to make intros for. But I built that relationship years ago, right? So it is, you never know when you're going to go back to that person, right? This guy was 10 years. I forgot how I even knew this guy. He's like, I never forget, Joe. You gave me my first opportunity. And that's what networking does. Right?
Love that. Build it. Long game. Curiosity opens more doors than confidence.
Yeah, build it. Like, you want to talk to people, right? You want to get to know them a little bit. People like to talk about themselves, right? And if you can start to, instead of you being like, hey, what's up? Hey, Mark, tell me a little bit more. I saw on LinkedIn you went to, whatever, University of Maryland. Like, you start talking, asking questions to people, people like to talk about themselves. So you start asking questions, they're going to start talking to you more, and they're going to give you more of what they're looking for. And all of a sudden, like, oh, is there anything you need in business? Like you're having trouble? Oh, actually, you know what, Joe? Yeah, now that you're asking me, like, actually looking for a new website. Like, oh, I got someone I could do. I did it the other day with a guy I was on, and he's got a new business, and he's like, yeah, yeah, we're looking for a new website. So I'm going to introduce him to some people. But we talked about all the other stuff, just asking more about, tell me about what you're doing and you, right? So people like to talk about themselves. Obviously, I do.
'Cause you're an extrovert.
Don't laugh too hard at that.
Number 8, your digital presence is your first impression. I love this question just because it's typically something I typically talk about, just your digital footprint that's out there. It's usually where people start: LinkedIn, your website, places in between, other social platforms. Burn it or build it, as far as that is your first impression.
Yeah, I mean, I guess build it, right, because everyone, like, I don't know, everyone should before they get on a call, somebody look them up, right? Just get a little bit about them, see what they're doing, see, and you want to make sure you have a good digital impression. If I had a buddy, I looked up his name the other day, and his son came up with he has a mug shot because he got arrested in college. Like, that's not a good first digital impression, right? So you have to make sure that your digital impression is good for both ways, negative or positive, right? And listen, when people look you up, like, I would check your name once a month and just see, like, oh yeah, there's cool things going on. Oh, he just does charity work. Because everyone should, before you have a meeting, you should be looking up the other person just to get an idea of who they are, what they do, a little bit about that. So, but when you get on a call, that first impression, I mean, you got a couple minutes when you first get on to really. I got on a guy yesterday. I was like, oh, God, like, do you even want to be here? Like, you like. He's like, hey. I'm like, I don't want to be here. Like, so, even if his digital footprint is great and it looks like this great rock star you want to talk to, and you get on, like, hey, I'm like, oh my god, within 2 minutes. So yeah.
Make sure when you're on a virtual call, it matches your virtual, wherever you're out there in digital and LinkedIn land, which leads us to the. Go ahead.
Sorry, I had a guy that was like on LinkedIn, all excited, and videos all the time, and like on and on and on. I'm like, this guy's a fireball, and this was like a year or so ago, and I had a call. He goes, "Hey Joe," I was like, "Hello." He's like, I'm like, is this the same? This can't be the same person I've been watching on there. So it's interesting, right? You build this whole persona up on there. You should it should be your persona, not some other one.
Well, it should be. And I think that's also a hot debate, I think, in sales and marketing, as far as I don't know, your output, as far as your emails and your phone calls and your video stuff, and then you show up in person and you don't match. That's a huge trust barrier as far as just even wanting to do any business with you at all, because you just seem like a fraud when you show up in person and doesn't match who you are out there in the digital world. It's a problem, right. And it's just going to get worse, I think, with more AI and the more augmenting, as you will, for human behaviors and content and stuff. You better match up in real life, because it's just going to get harder for you if you don't.
Yeah, my hair kept getting grayer. I had to take another headshot because I'm like, I don't have any black hair anymore, right? And I literally did, because like that's not the same. Like, I show up with a full head of gray, and they're like, wait, where's the guy with the black hair? Like, so I had to literally go get a new headshot because I don't look like that guy. It's okay. You're allowed to be old. You're allowed to look. And I'm only 52, Mark. I look like I'm 60 something. So I'm actually younger than people think. So it's actually good.
Yeah, it's always good to have an updated LinkedIn photo so it matches who you are in person. Right. Speaking of LinkedIn, that's number 9. LinkedIn is the only good networking platform. Burn it or build it.
Burn it. Yeah, it's getting to the spot, and I don't want them to kick me off of LinkedIn, but like, it's just so much crap going on. I mean, anyone you accept is immediately hitting you up for say, oh yeah, I want to sell you. Like, you can't just connect with somebody and immediately send them, and it's all bots probably in AI and doing it, but it is getting to a point where people are annoyed with it, and it's not set up. I mean, mainly, and from what I hear, it's mainly for people looking for jobs for the most part. So is it really a networking platform? I don't know. But there's a lot better platforms that are coming out there. I think you need to build these smaller communities. Again, we do it on our platform. There's Circle and Mighty, and all these other ones that are out there that are smaller communities, right? And then what brings you together as a community, and then network amongst those people, not the 3 billion people in your community on LinkedIn. It's just too many people. And you don't even know if something's real or not. I was going the other day. It's like, I am a AI. I'm like, wait, seriously? Like, it literally says in their profile. And I'm like, I don't even know how LinkedIn lets them on, but it says in the profile, basically, just so you know, I'm not a real person.
Huh. Hey, at least they said it. That's good to know.